Welcome to AI Dispatch, your channel for the latest AI videos on YouTube. If you don't want to miss these updates, please like, subscribe, and share. Why Combinator president Gary Tan and his partners have declared that Silicon Valley's foundational principle requires replacement. For decades, startups operated under a single directive: make something people want. Their proposition is that this framework has reached obsolescence. The governing principle must now become make something agents want. This represents the emergence of a parallel economic structure where software, rather than human beings, functions as the primary buyer. Their analysis follows. Why Combinator's partners are advancing a claim that upends conventional business strategy. They state that the most critical customer segment in 2024 is not composed of human decision makers, but autonomous software entities. This is not rhetorical provocation. They are asserting that Silicon Valley's defining motto, make something people want, must be replaced with make something agents want. This shift reflects a structural transformation in global commerce. The speakers describe the formation of a parallel agent economy operating alongside traditional human markets. Historically, software served as an instrument controlled by human operators. Their observation is that AI agents have transitioned into autonomous economic participants. These agents are executing decisions previously reserved for human executives, selecting databases, integrating APIs, and purchasing services. The fundamental change is in the identity of the buyer. Where a human developer once evaluated products by reading marketing content, an AI agent now evaluates products by parsing technical documentation. This alteration forces companies to redesign both product architecture and distribution strategy. Standard practice in technology sales emphasizes polished landing pages and intuitive user interfaces. The speakers argue this approach becomes counterproductive when targeting agents. Agents do not navigate websites. Agents do not interact with graphical interfaces. Their preference is for APIs and specifically machine-readable documentation. The reasoning here is precise. They reference Resend, a company that discovered ChatGPT had become a leading source of customer acquisition. The explanation was not brand recognition or marketing spend. Resend's documentation was structured such that AI could parse and comprehend it efficiently. When a human user asked an agent how to send emails, the agent defaulted to recommending Resend because it could process the technical manual more effectively than those of competitors. They contrast this with SendGrid, a legacy provider. While human users can navigate SendGrid's support infrastructure, agents encounter friction and abandon the evaluation. In this environment, documentation ceases to function as a support resource. It becomes the primary interface for customer acquisition. This creates an operational reality where marginal improvements in technical documentation clarity can generate disproportionate revenue growth purely by reducing friction for automated buyers. The speakers note that the addressable market is expanding from 20 million human developers to potentially hundreds of millions of AI developers. Companies that fail to optimize for this segment will be excluded from the emerging economy. The discussion then shifts to architectural strategy within AI development itself. The dominant assumption in the industry has been that progress requires constructing a single, maximally large model, a trillion parameter system with universal knowledge. The speakers dispute this trajectory. They propose that the future architecture is swarm intelligence. Gary Tan draws an analogy to biological systems. Evolution did not produce a single organism with unbounded intelligence. It produced populations of humans who specialize, collaborate, and interact. He argues AI development is following the same path. We are observing the rise of specialized, lower-cost models that coordinate to outperform monolithic systems. He cites Maltbook, a social network designed exclusively for AI agents, as evidence. On this platform, agents exchange information, share recommendations on restaurant bookings for their human users, and form collective intelligence structures that mirror human social networks. The implication is that optimal AI architecture may resemble a distributed city rather than a centralized supercomputer. This swarm framework leads to a counterintuitive claim regarding internet content quality. The dead internet theory posits that the web is deteriorating due to bot-generated spam. The conventional view holds that human-created content is valuable and bot-created content is noise. The speakers reverse this assumption. They suggest that agent-generated content may improve the internet. Their argument is that human-generated content has increasingly optimized for engagement metrics rather than accuracy. If AI agents are designed with alignment toward truthfulness and utility, a web populated primarily by agent content could deliver higher reliability than the current human-dominated web. This presents an ontological reversal. Replacing human creators with automated systems might enhance the internet's utility for human users. The final section addresses immediate organizational consequences, which the speakers describe as cyberpsychosis. This is not speculative futurism. They describe it as an operational condition affecting executives today. The traditional model positions a CEO as someone who delegates tasks to human employees. The speakers describe a new category of non-technical CEOs who are automating entire business functions using platforms like OpenClaw. They describe personal experiences of working until 3 a.m., managing 4 simultaneous AI workers. The shift here is the elimination of the barrier between conceptualization and execution. Previously, a non-technical founder required a technical co-founder or development contractor. The speakers argue that coding ability is no longer a prerequisite for building software. The prerequisite is the capacity to manage a swarm of agents. This democratizes product creation, but eliminates traditional organizational hierarchies. The constraint is no longer access to engineering talent. The constraint is the founder's ability to coordinate synthetic labor. Across these observations, buyer identity, architectural strategy, content generation, and organizational structure, the speakers operate from a consistent premise. They are addressing AI not as a tool that augments human work, but as a distinct class of economic actor and workforce participant that has already entered the system. They disregard the assumption that humans must remain the primary agents in economic transactions. Their position is that once agents possess decision-making and execution capabilities, the economy will restructure itself around their operational requirements. The question they leave open is whether businesses are building for the economy that existed or for the one that agents are constructing. If you're interested in the video featured in this episode, click the link below to watch the original.